if you have this constant mindset of wanting to get to a point, you're never going to feel like you arrived.
There's a Japanese fisherman in the 90s, and he's just on the side of in Japan somewhere, and the Americans are there because they're post Second World War. But there's just this Japanese guy, like Mr. Miyagi from the character. He's just like catching fish, and he's like 70, and he's just like catching all these fish, just sitting there, just like piling up. And this American businessman comes along and goes, "Fucking hell, you're a really good fisherman." And he just goes, "Thank you." And he says, no, like, you're amazing. Like, the American businessman's like, look at him, go, yeah. He goes, no, do you know what we can do with that? Yeah, and like the Japanese guy goes, yeah, what? And he said, well, there's a market down there. Do you sell these fish? And the Japanese guy goes, no, I just catch them. He says, well, we could take them down to the market and we could sell the fish. Japanese guy goes, okay, but then what? He says, well, then we could use the money and we could get a second rod and you could teach another person how to fish just like you. And he goes, okay, and then what? He says, well, then you'd have two people. We could make twice the amount of fish. We could go down to the market. We'd make twice the amount of money. He says, well, then what? He said, well, then we'd get a third rod. And then maybe you could train someone to train the people to make the fish. And then you could just have like a team of people who are fishing and you could just train them. He goes, okay, and then what? He says, well, there's a gap down here on the jetty where we have to travel. We could actually start our own market because we'll have so many fish and we could like corner off the market and we could have 40, 50 people here. Train the trainers. Oh my God, this could be massive. And the Japanese guy goes, yeah, and then what? He says, well, then we'd just be making so much money. And then he goes, yeah, I know, and then what? He says, well, then with all that money, we could do whatever we want to do with whenever we want. And the Japanese guy goes, yeah, I know, I just want to fish.